Run us through the latest numbers that you're seeing, whether or not this is the same numbers that government is seeing, or you're seeing into the future earlier than most.
Well, we always try to look into the future, Robbie. Yan naman yung ginagawa namin with trend analysis. Right now, I just like to address some points. Yung ECQ, well, I think I heard that question earlier. The ECQ works kasi I will just give you some basic growth rates para compare natin. Before the ECQ and before ng GCQ bubble, yung growth rate sa NCR was 60%. Ibig sabihin, cases were increasing by 60% every week. Ang laki nun, ang dami. So they were jumping. And if hindi na agapan yun, we might still be having 60% increases. And we might be having 20,000 cases or more by today, per day. Ngayon, the GCQ bubble na-reduce ng konti yun to a 40% growth rate. And then on the first week of ECQ, it went down to 20% growth rate. And then the second week of ECQ, nasa negative 16%. So from a positive growth rate of 60%, na pababa natin to a negative 16% growth rate. Now, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can decide if that was, effective, a good result of the ECQ based on the numbers. The other is yung positivity rate natin. It went down to around 22%. It was as high as 25%. And yung positivity rate is one of the indicators na pinakanaunang nag-a-adjust. Now, we could say na medyo capped yung testing natin right now, but if the positivity rate is decreasing, that's a very, very good indicator. Yeah. Also yung reproduction number natin nag-decrease din. It's now 1.08 sa NCR.
Okay. But Professor, that's the context there, as you said, is ECQ. Ngayon, under MECQ, will this hold?
Well, ngayon nasa MECQ na tayo, so it's 1.08 as of the latest data. In fact, yung report was 1.13. I mean, just yesterday or pero right, 1.08. It's very close to 1, and we're not seeing a sustained downward trend yet. But the indicators are trending positive. And there was a headline. Someone from OCTA said that MECQ was a failure. I think actually that was, I believe, misquoted or misrepresented. So we were seeing some small upticks last weekend. We were slightly concerned, pero right now the numbers are good again. So ayan, kaya yata yung swerte. Every time I come on here, the numbers start improving or something, and then sinadya niya hindi niya Tuesday para mag-improve, para
Stephen C. syndrome.
The numbers are good today, even though it's not a Tuesday. So I'm starting to fear the worst na baka Tuesday we're not going to see the usual good numbers.
But how much of this is still driven by the overwhelmed hospital and critical care capacity, di ba? Kasi I mean, that's a big factor in measuring exactly how bad the situation is. Is it because there are more rooms now, which is why perhaps the situation can be said to have improved, or is it really the number of cases? How big of a variable is that?
Well, Lucy, yung hindi ko na-mention na indicator, yung hospital occupancy, and unfortunately, it remains high even though we've added hospital beds. Pero we can only add so much. Yes, yung improvements we are seeing based on the trends, the transmissions are hopefully decreasing. And in fact, I counted, there are several cities na may 2-week decrease in cases. Kasama dyan Pasay, Taguig, Manila, and I even saw Navotas, and I think Mandaluyong with a 2-week decline. Right, hospitals will continue to be full for the next few weeks. That is a reality. Now we have to accept and face. Yes, we're looking into the future. it's not going to be it's not going to ease up anytime soon, unfortunately, because even though magde-decreasing trend, we may still see, right now we're still seeing more than 4,000 cases. And even if we get down to 3,000 cases per day sa
Yes.
NCR, that will still be
Yes.
a lot of cases, and there
Right.
will still be a lot of people needing hospital care. And right now, nangyayari lang is we're not able to admit all the patients. Pero pag bumaba ng cases, maybe we can start admitting all patients, and then the hospitals will still be full. But it won't be, we won't have an easing of hospitals anytime soon, within the next few weeks at least.